Brought you the horrific details of the custodial death in Tamil Nadu. It has shocked the entire country. And now we have more breaking updates coming in on that story. There are as many as 50 external injuries, hemorrhage also being reported in multiple organs. Shocking details have come in from the Shivaganga custodial death victim, Ajit Kumar's autopsy report. So this is the medical report that confirms the torture that Ajit Kumar had to go through at the hands of the police officials. In fact, Times Now has accessed a copy of Ajit Kumar's autopsy, which lists as many as 50 external injuries on his body. Out of these, 12 are aberrations and majority are a lot of contusions as well, all of it on his body. My colleague Dharini is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Dharini, this is extremely disturbing, but the autopsy has also confirmed the kind of torture that Ajit Kumar had to go through. We've accessed the autopsy report. Take us through the highlights.
Well, definitely, this is a very shocking autopsy report that we have in hand, and this shows at least 50 external injuries on Ajit Kumar's body. There is also a presence of hemorrhage in multiple organs. This includes skull, liver, heart and stomach, and this is internal bleeding. Hemorrhage is discovered in skull, liver, heart and stomach, and out of the 50 external injuries, 12 are abrasions and the majority are dark red contusions. Postmortem report says. Definitely shocking details coming to light from this autopsy report. I remember earlier the Tamil Nadu Police Department had claimed that Ajit Kumar suffered a seizure in the middle of the inquiry, and that was what led to his death. Was the version of the police department all this while. But this autopsy report indicates a brutal torture inflicted upon the victim, because 50 is not a small number. 50 is definitely a very big number, and 50 external injuries are seen all over his body. The policemen have not spared even a single part on his body. These 50 external injuries, they are extending all over the body, and out of these 12 are abrasions, and the majority of them are dark red contusions. And as I told, there is also a hemorrhage in skull, liver, heart and stomach. So for somebody to experience internal bleeding in all these organs, they must have suffered brutal attacks and brutal assault, what one can understand. So definitely this autopsy report that we have accessed from the Madurai Government Hospital is revealing gory details, and the government has to respond to this autopsy report now, because remember a couple of days back the case was transferred to the CBI, and the DMK has been telling that they've taken accountability, they've taken responsibility. In fact, the CM went on to apologize to the victim's mother. But this autopsy
report, isn't apology enough, isn't it, Dharini? That still raises the questions. What is the action that has been taken? The police officials have been taken into custody, but look at the bone-chilling details. Hemorrhage in the scalp, skull, liver, heart and stomach. So look at the nature of the external and internal injuries, clearly indicating the systematic and brutal assault inflicted on Ajit Kumar. Stay with us just a moment. We have activist Ms. Brinda Arige joining us on the broadcast. Ms. Brinda Arige, it's extremely bone-chilling to look at the medical report of the man who died in custody. The Tamil Nadu police claimed that seizure that led to his death, but as many as 50 external injuries have been reported, including hemorrhage in multiple organs.
How can the Tamil Nadu police make a statement that because of a seizure somebody died, when you know for sure that he was beaten up in the process of their so-called interrogation on some false complaint that was given? And now the report has come that there are over 15 external injuries. So how do they account for those injuries? He could not have inflicted it upon himself. So the police have been the ones who have inflicted all of those injuries, which also means that a sorry and an apology is not enough. This is a criminal act violating all human rights as well as the Supreme Court's D.K. Basu guidelines. So the police have to be treated as criminals in whose custody a citizen was murdered.
Again, I want to ask you the action that should be taken. Now the police officials have been arrested, but Tamil Nadu has had a very, very sadistic history of such custodial torture and deaths, and every single time it's the same template. After a lot of outrage, the Tamil Nadu government apologizes or says that we will look into it. There is an inquiry that is ordered. But when will this end? What is the action that can be taken to ensure it never happens again?
never happens again. One is training, and two is an exemplary punishment, and three is periodic psychological evaluation of all police officers. And let us place this on record. Police atrocities and impunity is across India because their colonial mindset has not yet gone away. They continue to treat citizens as if they are working for somebody else. They don't realize that they are public servants whom the citizens pay. Their salaries are paid by citizens. So this colonial mindset needs to be removed. And that means we are talking about police reforms, which are almost 25 years down the line, not yet done.
Absolutely. Exemplary action to begin with in such cases where there is proven torture, caught on camera, medical report confirms it, and the Chief Minister or the government can't just get away by saying we're sorry to the family members. Ms. Brinda Adike, thank you for joining us. In fact, we have access, and this is very, very disturbing. We've accessed the pictures of the horror, of the torture, the bruises, the aberrations, clearly visible that the brutality Ajit Kumar had to go through, about how he was beaten black and blue. These pictures expose the monsters in khaki. These are police officials. Instead of investigation, this is how they treated the man who then finally lost his life. This is very, very disturbing, but it's important to look at these pictures to understand what the Tamil Nadu police were trying to get away with. And Dharini, you mentioned that the Tamil Nadu police had initially said that it was a seizure that led to the death of the victim. The medical report confirms it. These pictures also show the horror that Ajit Kumar had to go through, isn't it?
Well, definitely, if we look clearly at the pictures, these pictures are itself enough evidence, for the brutal assault that the police department inflicted upon Ajit Kumar. But earlier, as I told, the police department claimed that Ajit suffered a seizure, and that is what had led to his death. But now this post-mortem report and the pictures that we have accessed, of injuries, these are clear evidences to the brutal assault and, the brutal torture that was inflicted upon Ajit Kumar by the police department. And of course, we know 5 police personnel have got arrested so far in this case, but still the CBI is taking over the case, and only through the course of the investigation if we'll be able to find out if there is any higher authority or a higher official involved in this matter too. Because usually the police personnel who are in the ranks of constables and sub-inspectors, they do not go around and trash people unless they have an instruction from a higher authority. That is what the prevailing opinion is. So the social activists, they're also demanding a thorough probe into this matter to find out upon whose instruction Ajit Kumar was taken for questioning to a secluded spot, and upon whose instruction he was beaten black and blue by the police personnel. In fact, the Chivaganga SP Ashish Rawat, he's been placed under compulsory waitlist by the Tamil Nadu Police Department, and in fact the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court had questioned why this particular SP is not suspended, and why is he only being placed under a compulsory waitlist, to which the state government is yet to give an answer. So only a thorough CBI probe, a transparent CBI probe will be able to fetch the details of the higher authorities.
Absolutely. And Dharini, there have been multiple such cases, and we can't just have a templated response from the government every single time that we are looking into it, apologizing for it, because this has gone on far too long. And in this case, the torture that Ajit Kumar had to go through has shocked the entire country. This is unacceptable. The High Court has also pulled up the government with those details.